What's up guys, my name is Phil, welcome back to Miranda Detailing. So before you guys skip, if you guys are interested in videos about these two gimbals that I'm about to show you, stay tuned. If you want our detailing videos, then check out the box up here to a playlist of a bunch of our new videos. But I'm going to make this video because a lot of guys ask me, what do I use for recording equipment? And instead of going on to a separate channel, I think what I'm going to do is just put them here on this channel and then put them into a playlist. So if anyone is interested in that, then I will have a separate playlist for the recording aspect. So how to film, what cameras to use, audio equipment to use, or at least what I use. I can't go out and buy all the different cameras and equipment to show you guys what the best is, but I really don't believe in a best type of scenario. I've used a variety of cameras and equipment to get us to where we are now, and I'm happy with what we have right now. I might upgrade in the future, but let me focus on these two gimbals that I have behind me. One of them is for my main camera, my Canon SL2 or 2, it's actually a 200D. It's just the European version. And then I have my little GoPro Hero 6, I believe, or 7. I forget which one it is, but it can be either the 5 through the 8, the newest one. It doesn't matter with these gimbals. So let's talk about the first one here that I'm going to show you is this little Feiyutech G6 Max. Now, this little guy is actually pretty heavy duty for its size. I know it looks small, and you'd think this would only be for a phone, which I'm recording on my iPhone XR, but this thing can actually support the weight of not only the larger phones, but the larger GoPros and a lighter DSLR. So this DSLR, the Canon that I'm about to show you in a few minutes, is the smallest of their DSLRs. It's very light, very compact, very easy to work with. This can also work with pretty much all the different mirrorless cameras. So if you have a mirrorless camera and you're looking for a gimbal, this little guy here is small, compact, and does pretty much everything that you need. So I'm just going to turn it on here, and right away comes to life. Now I've already balanced this. This does take just a little bit of fine tuning to balance. All these little knuckles here, these knobs, will turn and you can maneuver all these little things so that you can balance, because when you shut the camera off, it really shouldn't move much at all. So once you balance this thing, you can put it in almost any position and it'll go right back. That's the way it's supposed to work. So if you're mounting your camera or your phone and it's going like this, it's not balanced. You do need to balance it. But it's not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy. You just maneuver all these different arms around to get it to this point, lock everything in place, and you're good. Another cool feature about this is the locking mechanisms. So each of these will actually lock in place, and you can actually just use it just like this if you wanted to. Now I have the bottom one swiveling, but I can lock that one in place too. And then you can use it just like this. So if you don't want to even turn it on, or if your battery is dead and you don't want to turn it on, you can just use it simply like this. And it works just as well. So I'm actually really happy with that. I think that's a nice feature. And it does come with the little tripod here that you can remove, and you can put this on a separate tripod if you want. But you can simply place it like this and have it as a freestanding tripod on a table, such as this. So this little guy here, let me just show you some of the other functions. I'm going to unlock everything because you do not want to turn it on while all these mechanisms are locked, because you'll burn out the motors. But when you turn it on, this does have Bluetooth and wireless capability, so you can connect it to your GoPro, connect it to your mirrorless or your phone or whatever, and be able to control the recording features on here. And with some of the mirrorless cameras, you can actually control the zooming feature. So you do have a little knob here, a nice analog knob, which means you can feel and see the response on it, which is really nice. So the default setting for this is moving the camera up and down. So as you're going around the vehicle, you can actually fine tune and go up and down. Nice smooth motion. Then you can click on it and it'll do pan control, and then click on it again and it does roll control, and then click on it again, it goes back to tilt. So I like that function with this knob. I think that's a really nice touch. Now it also has a little joystick here. So you see that little joystick? It'll actually go around. So you can go up, down, left, right, or in a nice rolling. It has very nice smooth features. The motors on here are really nice and smooth, and also has a nice little trigger here. So if you want to get back to default settings, you double click on the trigger, it goes around. For selfie mode, 3 times, and the camera will turn around, and then twice to reset it. And you can tell on here on the screen the different following modes, so the lock following modes, all follow, all of that stuff. So right now I have it on, I think, pan follow. So if you tilt this handle like this, it'll go left and right, which can be really handy. I actually use this for my intros and outros of my detailing videos. When I'm walking around the vehicle, I can actually turn this and get some nice smooth shots. Or if you just want to go all lock mode, then you just press this button right here for the different modes. Now you can turn the handle, do anything you want, and it stays straight, which is pretty cool. Now you can also put it in selfie mode and do the same thing. So you can lock it. So now you can, in selfie mode, be moving this handle all around, and it will be locked right on position, right on your face or whatever your subject is. So all in all, I really like this little gimbal. I will use this for my GoPro for those shots, and every once in a while I'll put my phone on it. But I have a separate gimbal from Feiyutech, so I have 3 of their gimbals all together. I believe I already made a video on this one, but this is the little Gimbal 2S. This is just dedicated for my phone. So if I can find that video, I believe I do have it. I'll put it up there in the card or link it below. So this little guy, I will also link down below if you are in the market for a gimbal. And again, it's all wireless control. If you want, you can connect it to your device here, because most of the new GoPros and all the new DSLR and mirrorless cameras have the Bluetooth and wireless functions so that you can control it right from here, at least the recording functions. And mostly the mirrorless cameras are going to have the other zoom functions integrated into them, which is really nice. So let's put this little guy down, and I'm going to show you the large Feiyutech gimbal that I use for almost all of my other shots. So again, this was balanced. All you need to do is, again, maneuver all of the different arms and make sure that everything is balanced. So pretty much any position you put it in, it's going to stay there for the most part. So again, it does have the locking arm feature, which is really handy. So you can lock all these into place and use it just like a regular tripod, putting it on the table. I will do that if I don't need to turn it on, which is a nice feature. But this thing is very, very powerful. So let's turn it on. Comes to life, and it has a nice large touch screen on here as well. You have a lot of different options. You can change all the different following modes right on here, or from the trigger as well. Same type of idea with the G6 Max. If you use one of the Feiyutech gimbals, pretty much across the board, you will be able to understand all the different buttons and functions and what they do. So with the touchscreen, you have the inception mode, which means it will go horizontal like this and spin the camera around. I don't use it with the DSLR because it's still just slightly heavy and it doesn't like to go completely around. So if I do one continuous loop, it kind of goes almost halfway around here. So not quite liking inception mode with the larger DSLR camera. You also have the motion time lapse. So this, you can connect the camera to the gimbal, again with the wireless Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and connect it to your phone. It does have the app, and you can configure all the different settings from there and do all sorts of cool stuff, which is really, really nice. So you have the time setting, the route setting, all of that stuff in there. Now again, if you have certain mirrorless cameras that have the Wi-Fi function, you can actually control the ISO and the exposure and all the different shooting modes in here as well. Again, I don't do that. I just set it on my camera and I just kind of run with it. So I don't get too overcomplicated with that stuff. I'm not a professional videographer or photographer, so I don't need to mess around with all that stuff. It's basically just for my detailing videos. I keep things simple. But with the gimbal, I wanted to get this because you have nice, smooth shots. And it's just easier to hold this thing as well. Now it comes with this arm. This is detachable. You don't have to have it on here, but I keep it on here because when I do have it on the lock mode, I can hold it at the top here in the horizontal position to get those really nice low shots, and it's very, very easy to handle. So again, the gimbal is very well balanced. It does come with this large tripod in the bottom that also doubles as an extension, and this thing is very strong. Of course, you can hold it right at the end here, and still nice and maneuverable. This is my favorite out of all the gimbals. It's of course the largest, it's the nicest, it has the most features, but this thing is so nice to use for all of my videos. Again, with the knob here, you have the tilting, and then when you press it in, you have the pan, and then you have the, I forget what you call this tilting mode, but whatever that is. I mostly, again, use it for this mode. That way I can go up and down and get those nice smooth shots. Again, you can put all lock mode, and then no matter what you do, moving the gimbal around, it stays put. And yeah, very, very happy with this. Now this thing also has a lot of other connections and things that you can connect to it. So lots of USB ports in the back here. It can actually charge your camera or your phone as well if you want to put your phone on here. And I don't have the accessories because I don't need them, but this here has options for more accessories to autofocus and zoom in. So you can actually put all these little extra knobs on here to do that, but it just adds more weight and adds more complication. I really don't need it. So all in all, I really like this gimbal. Super excellent quality, and it's just such a pleasure to use a gimbal for my shots and make things so much easier. And again, when you shut it down and it's properly balanced, the camera's not going to go anywhere. It should stay just like that, just like the G6 Max. So guys, if you're in the market for a gimbal, then check out these ones. There's so many others on the market. You can choose whichever ones you want. I got these ones and I'm really enjoying them. The Feiyutech brand is excellent. Great customer service as well. So I'll have the links down below that you could purchase the AK2000S or the G6 Max, or even the little Gimbal 2S that I have here. So, or S2. Yeah, Gimbal S2. I always get those confused. So with that, because I'm recording on my phone, I can't put it on here, but you put this right on your phone, and again, nice little gimbal for your cell phones. And they all have that similar design with a little tripod down here, the same little joystick design, same trigger design. You can connect it right to your phone so that you can press record right here and have all the functions right at your fingertips, which is really, really nice. So guys, those are my thoughts on these gimbals. This is not meant to be an extensive review of all the ins and outs. Again, I'm not a professional photographer or videographer. I'm using these for my detail channel. If you guys are interested in getting a gimbal for whatever videos you're doing on YouTube, well, this might be an option. They are affordable, they're not super, super expensive, so they could be a good option also for budget YouTubers. So guys, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell, and if you're interested in the detailing videos, definitely subscribe. That's what this channel is. It's mainly a detailing channel. I do need to show some of these things because a lot of people asking questions about what cameras we use, what do we use for recording, the audio, all those different types of things, and I was putting it on a separate channel, but instead of leading people to another channel, I'll keep the stuff here and just put it on a playlist like I mentioned earlier. Thank you guys for the support. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.